Chris Jericho's expected WWE return date revealed. Update on Dominik Mysterio's WWE plans after injury. WWE's plan for Rhea Ripley in 2026. Backstage details on Randy Orton's WWE plans for 2026. MJF confesses to having a regret about John Cena. Jacob Fatu spotted amid WWE absence. AJ Styles refuses to sign AEW title. Let's get started. Chris Jericho's expected WWE return date revealed. Chris Jericho hasn't been on AEW TV in months, but all signs point to his absence being very temporary, because WWE may be calling sooner than anyone expected. According to a December 28, 2025 report from Sports Illustrated's John Alba, Jericho's AEW contract is set to expire at midnight on December 31st, and multiple sources believe Y2J is already WWE bound. Even more eye-opening, there's belief backstage that he could appear on Raw as early as January 5th. Alba backed up an earlier report from Alex McCarthy, stating that not only is Jericho expected to land in WWE, but his return to WWE television could be imminent. That report hits harder when you consider Jericho's own words just one day earlier. During his Christmas dinner with the Winnipeggers YouTube livestream, a fan asked if he had one more WWE run left in him. Jericho didn't deny it, he simply smiled and said, "You never know, you never know." At the time, it felt vague. Now, it feels calculated. Jericho hasn't appeared on AEW television since April 2025, when he walked out on Big Bill and Brian Keith in a segment where he openly criticized their performance. Since then, he's been completely absent from AEW programming, with reports indicating he hasn't been involved in creative at all. The biggest red flag came during AEW World's End, when Jericho chose to live stream on YouTube instead of appearing or participating in the event, an eyebrow-raising move that many saw as a clear signal he was mentally checked out. If these reports hold true, WWE fans may not have to wait long at all. Chris Jericho's next chapter could begin days into the new year, and if Y2J shows up on Raw, the wrestling world is going to feel it immediately. Update on Dominik Mysterio's WWE plans after injury. Dominik Mysterio didn't just miss a show, he vanished. And in WWE, that's usually not an accident. Behind the scenes, Dominik was quietly pulled from a scheduled live event, and when changes like that happen with no explanation, it often signals an injury situation. WWE hasn't made anything official, but people close to the decision say this wasn't a routine shuffle. Fans noticed immediately, especially since Dominik has been a constant presence for months. What makes it more interesting is the silence. There's been no word on the severity or even the nature of the issue, and his scaled-back TV presence over the past few days hasn't gone unnoticed. When someone with real momentum suddenly gets dialed back, it usually means WWE is buying time, letting doctors evaluate things while creative adjusts plans on the fly. What this could mean going forward, WWE doesn't sideline a talent like Dominik without a serious reason. He's been central to ongoing storylines and consistently getting strong reactions. Pulling him from events suggests the company is being cautious, likely trying to avoid turning a minor issue into something worse. If this ends up being more than a short-term setback, expect a different approach when he returns. Fewer physical matches, more character-driven segments, and a gradual ramp back up. In the meantime, it also creates an opening for someone else to step into the spotlight, something WWE often does when juggling injuries with weekly TV. For now, all eyes are on Dominik, not for what he's doing on screen, but for when he shows back up. WWE's plan for Rhea Ripley in 2026. Rhea Ripley isn't easing into 2026, she's charging straight into it. WWE closed the book on 2025 by keeping Ripley busy on both Raw and SmackDown, and all signs point to the company doubling down on her star power instead of slowing her momentum. The year kicks off with a major spotlight on January 5th, when Raw hosts its crossover event with Stranger Things. Ripley is already locked into a Women's Tag Team Championship match alongside Io Sky, instantly making her one of the central figures of WWE's opening week. That alone says a lot. WWE clearly wants Ripley everywhere at once. She even picked up a key win on SmackDown in December with Damian Priest, reinforcing that she's not being shelved or cycled out, she's being positioned as a constant presence across divisions. And that's where things get interesting. Behind the scenes, there's growing buzz that Ripley could be headed for a brand change as WWE reshapes the roster for the new year. A move to SmackDown would signal more than just a fresh backdrop. It would mean new rivalries, new energy, and a chance to finally break out of the same familiar circles she's been tied to for years. Even bigger? The idea that WWE may put her at the center of a faction. Instead of attaching Ripley to existing alliances, there's real talk of building something around her. Nothing is official yet, but it makes sense. Ripley doesn't just fit into stories, she elevates them. And if WWE's goal for 2026 is creating new stars, anchoring that push around Rhea Ripley could be the smartest move they make. Backstage details on Randy Orton's WWE plans for 2026. Randy Orton is closer to the finish line than ever, and fans don't want to see him fade out quietly. Despite making it clear he still loves the business, Orton has quietly shifted into a background role over the past few years. He's become a locker room leader and mentor, helping shape WWE's next generation, but many insiders believe that's not how a legend of his caliber should be used. The numbers back it up too. Orton has taken loss after loss on major premium live events, a trend that's left fans frustrated and wondering why one of WWE's greatest ever feels so protected, yet so underutilized. After returning in late 2024 from a serious back injury, the hope is simple: stay healthy and get one last meaningful run. And wrestling veteran Eric Bischoff agrees. On 83 Weeks, Bischoff said the retirement tour he wants most is Randy Orton's, calling him an unbelievable performer who deserves a proper send-off, not a quiet exit. With Triple H now fully in charge of creative and known for listening to the WWE Universe, there's real optimism. Triple H has always respected Orton, and if there's ever been a time to give the Viper one final top-tier run, it's now. All signs point to 2026 being a make-or-break year. Either Randy Orton gets the legendary farewell fans are begging for, or WWE misses its last chance. Jacob Fatu spotted amid WWE absence. Jacob Fatu just popped up outside WWE TV, and it has fans asking one big question: is his return right around the corner? Since stepping into WWE, Fatu has been nothing short of a breakout star. He shot up the card fast, was booked like a serious threat, landed in major feuds, and even captured the United States Championship. At one point, it looked like he was headed straight for a WWE title run, until everything suddenly stopped. Fatu was taken out by a mysterious backstage attack, and not long after, reports revealed he'd be sidelined for a dental procedure. Since then, he's been off the radar. But now, there's movement. During his time away, Jacob Fatu was recently spotted in Orlando, Florida, hanging out with the BYU Cougars ahead of the 2025 Pop-Tarts Bowl. More importantly, he looked healthy, upbeat, and ready to go. All signs point to one thing: Jacob Fatu's WWE return may be coming sooner than expected. AJ Styles refuses to sign AEW title. AJ Styles may be nearing the end of the road, but don't get it twisted. He's not switching lanes on the way out. During a recent WWE live event in Tampa, a fan tried to get bold and handed Styles an AEW World Championship replica to sign. Fan footage that's now making the rounds on TikTok caught AJ's reaction perfectly. He looked at the belt, laughed it off, and casually name-dropped the Young Bucks, making it clear where his loyalty still stands. "Nick, Matt, I love y'all, but I can't sign this." The crowd immediately erupted. It was funny, respectful, and straight to the point. Styles showed love to his longtime friends while drawing a hard line. WWE is home, especially as the clock winds down on his career. With WWE already positioning 2026 as AJ Styles' retirement tour, moments like this are exactly what fans can expect: genuine, unscripted, and memorable. Emotional farewells are coming, big matches are coming, but a promotional crossover? Don't count on it. AJ may love the Bucks, but the phenomenal one is finishing this story in a WWE ring. MJF confesses to having a regret about John Cena. John Cena's retirement didn't just mark the end of a run, it marked the end of an era. For over 20 years, the 17-time world champion was the face of WWE, a global symbol of professional wrestling, and arguably the biggest reason the business reached the heights it did. Cena wrestled his final match on December 13th in Washington, D.C., falling to Gunther at Saturday night's main event. And while the loss stung, it felt fitting, passing the torch to the next dominant force. Throughout the 2025 season, Cena pushed himself harder than anyone expected. He showed up constantly, put his body through brutal matches, and delivered feuds that reminded fans why he became a legend in the first place. And then came the moment nobody saw coming: his shocking heel turn. After spending his entire career as WWE's ultimate good guy, Cena embracing the dark side became the defining moment of his farewell tour. Not every moment landed perfectly. His quick destruction at WrestlePalooza against Brock Lesnar left fans disappointed. But overall, Cena still delivered performances that exceeded expectations and added even more unforgettable moments to his resume. Now, even outside WWE, the respect continues to pour in. Speaking on Mostly Sports, MJF was asked about never getting the chance to face Cena in the ring, and his answer was pure honesty. Yes, absolutely. There's a universe where that match happened. Unfortunately, this isn't it. MJF went on to reveal how close that dream really was, saying he and Cena shared plenty of backstage moments and conversations. According to MJF, Cena watched his work, followed the product, and was genuinely supportive. Then came the moment that caught fans off guard. Before CM Punk, MJF says his favorite wrestler growing up was John Cena. He even had a Cena fathead on his bedroom wall, waking up every morning, saluting the legend, and heading off to school. From childhood hero to unrealized dream match, Cena's influence clearly stretches far beyond WWE and long after the final bell rang.